Okay, we're
live. Right. What's going on, everybody? We're gonna just take a quick. I'm gonna take a quick moment. You can say anything you want to say. While I get a Facebook Live and our Instagram family going.
Hello, you guys. This is day 2 in New Orleans.
Yes, sir.
And we woke up this morning at about 7. No, we woke up at 8:30 to go downstairs for breakfast.
Yeah.
It was so packed, so packed. Lines everywhere. They had a array of things from meats. They had different type of sausages, bacon. They had scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Different breads like bagels, toast. You could choose from white bread, wheat bread. They had cereal. Let's see what else did they have. They had fruit, oatmeal. They had a plethora of things.
The oatmeal was definitely hidden.
Babe loved that oatmeal. Oh, that was good how you had it like that. Oh, sorry. But anyway, you guys, so yeah, we went down for breakfast and it was pretty good. It was okay.
It was free.
Yeah, it was free, and so that's what mattered. So
that's all that matters. I can't get Lyft within the whole shot.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I'll bring green if need be.
Yep.
Mama, what did you think of the breakfast this morning?
I like.
Look straight right there into the camera.
That's what I like. And
what did you like about it?
I also like the fruit too.
The fruit.
What I like too.
Yeah.
That's what I like the fruit. I like the fruit very much because I almost ate all of the fruit. That's what I like. And what else I like?
We're live.
So silly.
Real deal.
Go ahead. So if you like the fruit, what about, did you drink some orange juice or some apple juice?
I didn't drink apple juice, but I did drink orange juice.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what did you think about the orange juice? What did that taste like to you?
Orange.
Orange.
It tasted like orange.
So it tasted good to you?
It tasted orange.
Orangey? Okay.
Orangey.
You
well, I'm getting it together.
Okay. All right, there we go. That's perfect.
That's good.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, cool.
All right, yeah.
So we wanted to take a few minutes, guys, and just talk about, what the 4th of July means to us and means for us in 2017. I have a few things to say about it, but I'd like my baby to get started, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Just talking about what the 4th of July means to you.
Okay. Well, to begin, we grew up celebrating 4th of July. You always have your barbecue, whatever that may consist of, whether it's ribs or hot dogs, hamburgers, and your sides and all of that.
Potato salad.
Yes, all that good stuff. So we definitely grew up celebrating 4th of July. Yeah. The older that we've gotten and we found out more information about our culture as it relates to being African people, we did not realize or know that basically when the Declaration of Independence was at bay, when it happened, that we, black people, African people, we were still enslaved. Hence, Juneteenth, for example, when slavery ended, So basically, the Declaration of Independence was 1776, and then you have the ending of slavery, I think it was around 1865. So you have almost 100-year gap that, America was free, but when it comes to us, we were not. So because of that, as we've gotten older, it's made us question, should we be celebrating 4th of July? Should we be wearing the red, white, and blue and just all that whole bit or whatever have you? And just for us, how we feel, we it's not that we don't do, we're here in New Orleans, so they're going to be fireworks later and things like that. So, we'll see a fireworks show or something like that. But as it relates to just really repping this particular holiday in that way, it makes us a little uneasy to do so when it's like, okay, this is what was going on at that time all those years ago. But then if you just fast forward to now, to 2017 and the years prior, it just makes it very challenging to really wholeheartedly from our spirit man to enjoy, you know, such a holiday.
Yeah, I mean, it's bittersweet. I mean, to be honest with you, getting older and seeking to educate yourself, you know, outside the traditional 4-year college situation, you learn a lot of things, and you realize that a lot of the information that's been given to you has definitely been prepackaged a certain kind of way and has been delivered one way. And so, you know, if you decide, okay, well, now that I've gotten, you know, educated, whether it's a degree or whatever the case is, now I want to, I seek to educate myself moving forward by reading books or searching online and just getting more information about topics that you're interested in. You can learn a lot that the classroom doesn't teach you.
That's very true.
And then it makes you question, well, was I intentionally left in the dark with this information, or was it just something that just wasn't part of, you know, the curriculum? So the main thing for me that I always think about are 2 holidays, and that's the 4th of July as well as Thanksgiving. Those are 2 holidays that, you know, as growing up, we've always known. With Thanksgiving, you know, Christopher Columbus, the Pilgrims, Mayflower, they came and broke bread with the Indians and stuff like that, only to find out that that wasn't 100% of the truth. You know, the Indians, a lot of them got sick. They died from exposure to, you know, people that they have never been around. So just, you know, different types of germs and bacteria that traveled on the boat. We learned that they were taking advantage. There was a culture that was taken advantage of, and just all that. And then, of course, with the 4th of July, like Babe just said, you know, it was America's independence, but it wasn't all Americans or people born in America's independence. So it's bittersweet. I mean, I really, on one hand, I don't want to be the type of person that kind of is like a negative Nancy or what they call ants at a picnic, where you know, you just kind of have something to shoot down what people historically celebrate. I mean, you can look on your Facebook and your Instagram, depending on who you follow, and there's a lot of people punching holes in the holiday, just saying negative things. And we didn't want to be like that.
No.
For us, we appreciate having the day off, obviously, but just to go deeper, you know, because we believe in going deep and not wide. We want to go deep. Let's find out, is it something, you know, that we should be celebrating? If not, how does that affect our family moving forward? How will we educate our daughter moving forward on what the 4th of July, what, you know, being America's independence means to her? And that's something that we have to figure out.
Exactly, definitely. And like Babe was saying, is a thought that I had. I was just gonna say, for other people of color that are celebrating 4th of July wholeheartedly, you know, they may not have the information and know like the history of our people still being enslaved at that time, you know. So we feel like it's not our job to like hammer down on anybody like that. We're just telling you our perspective and just kind of how we feel, and just things that we've been, you know, discussing as we've learned more information about what, you know, what was going on at that time, you know. And if you read a book, or even if you open up an encyclopedia, you can read all about, you know, obviously the Declaration of Independence, and you can read about slavery and, you know, when it ended, and you can just compare and see, okay, well, if America was free, then, you know, first of all, we know slavery shouldn't have happened anyway, okay, but it did. And so like we're still in captivity, you know, so it just doesn't make sense. So you have to do the research for yourself and see what evidence will you find, and what will be your solution to the evidence that you do find.
Once you get the knowledge, you have a decision. Once you've taken that, whether it's the red pill or the blue pill, if you remember the Matrix, I think the red pill was the one that you go back to everything you've already known, you remain ignorant, blissfully ignorant, and then the blue pill was the truth. You start to see things as they are, and you're able to, you know, navigate with clear eyes.
Yeah.
So, you know, as far as we're concerned, you know, we don't barbecue anyway. Because, you know, we're plant-based, as we talk about in every video. We're plant-based, so we don't do the traditional barbecuing on the day of. I mean, we will get some hot dogs and all that.
Yeah, later, just sometime this summer, because Libby, I think, babe, you like barbecue, like, I don't know, it had to have been 2 summers ago, maybe, because Libby was about 2, and at this time, we were eating turkey franks, and so Libby loved them, and she's constantly been like, can I please have a hot dog? And we've had, like, some veggie dogs just, you know, in the house, you know, boiled or put in the oven, but she wants barbecue, so we're gonna do that, you know, sometime this summer.
We'll get some vegan dogs, some mushrooms, stuff like that. We'll put that on the grill. But you really don't necessarily have to do that on the 4th of July.
Today,
So that's our thing. I mean, we're here in New Orleans right now, so we won't be around, you know, a grill anyway today anyhow. But we definitely plan on grilling once we get back to the age. So, you know, but you can do that any day is the point. But the 4th of July, again, it's not a knock on anybody that celebrates it or they've always celebrated it. But just do your research is my point, especially if you're a person of color. If you're not a person of color, still do your research, because you may feel like, you know what, I celebrated this holiday based on a certain set of information that I've been given, but now that I know that there was a group of people that were oppressed during this period, it may not necessarily have been me, but it was a group of people that were oppressed, I will no longer be celebrating this holiday. You can make a conscious stand to resist.
Exactly, most definitely. And then also, just if you just look at what's going on anyway in our world, you know, and just the injustices that are still here, you know, it's very challenging. And I told Babe that it was so funny once we, you know, had Liv, because I always like to get her dressed up for like different occasions, you know, different, you know, holidays, whether it's, you know, like her first Valentine's, for example, we got her like a little Valentine bib and stuff like that. But when it came to like 4th of July, it just always just like, it just didn't agree with me. I guess the more and more that I began to have knowledge of self, you know, who I was, and it just made me like just look at things totally differently, because I don't want to misinform our child. You know, I don't want to give her information or have her doing something that I really feel is not, you know, the best thing to do. So I never like got into that, never, you know, even when going to the store, seeing like the little cute little outfits that they have with the American colors, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's never been anything that I've been like, oh, let's get this for Liv, because my heart just wouldn't allow me to do it, because I'm seeing, you know, my people, and I'm only speaking from our perspective. You know, a lot of times when we're talking about our cultures, there are some people that want to bring in other people that have been afflicted and things like that. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about our people who, you know, were over here, who were forced over into this country, you know.
You hear that, not to cut you off, but I just think about when they talk about going into a cancer awareness event, talking about when the whole All Lives Matter versus the Black Lives Matter. It was like people going to a cancer parade and saying, well, leukemia matters and stuff like that.
Exactly. Colon cancer, like if it's a breast cancer, run or race or something like that, benefit. And then you start calling out other cancers. We're not talking about that. We're talking about specifically our culture, and like we talk about all the time, you know, we are the group of people that was brought over here. We didn't choose to come over here, you know. We were enslaved. We were shackled, you know. So in saying that, that's the reason why we have to look at these type of occasions, and we have to see, you know, what's going on. And interestingly enough, you know, me being a teacher, I used to always hear people say, you hear, even in our culture, you still have to do the research. You just can't take what someone tells you and go with it. But I would always hear people say things such as, you know, they don't teach us about this in the school books. They don't do this, they don't do that. I would always hear, but it's so true. As a teacher, you guys, especially depending on where you teach, that information that's there, it is limited. So you have to educate yourself, therefore you can educate your children. And we it was funny, one more thing is that the fact that our daughter's name is Liberty, just to the point of today, Independence Day, a lot of people think, and it tends to be people that are not African American, they tend to say,
oh, did we name her Liberty because we're trying to be patriotic and all this and all that? No.
And we never even thought about that at all. It was so funny, when we would hear that, we were like, we never thought about that. Yeah. So
but I just thought it was kind of funny.
That
so
is a good point.
but just to kind of wrap things up, we just wanted to just share our perspective. What does Independence, the 4th of July, and all that mean for us in 2017? Nothing really, to be quite honest with you. It's a day of reflection in the sense that we know that our descendants on this day 200 years ago, 300 years ago, well, not 100 years ago at this point, but a little over 100 years ago, we were not free. And if we want to keep it 100% funky, we didn't become independent as a culture until the Civil Rights Act was passed. So that was 40 years ago, 40 to 50 years ago. So
that is so true.
That's something to keep in mind. And like I said, we ain't trying to be negative Nancy's or nothing like that. Do you. Whatever works for you, do you. As far as our house is concerned, we have knowledge in this area. We're still learning, and we choose not to celebrate it. We choose not to celebrate a lot of holidays, to be quite honest with you. We don't celebrate Halloween, for example, for a couple of reasons. There's a lot of stuff that we don't celebrate, and that's okay. To each his own. You know what I mean? So go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish what you. I'm done. I was just gonna say, like Babe was saying, we don't celebrate certain things, but we're not just blindly like, okay, we don't celebrate this and that's that. Right. No, we have a reason why we don't. So nobody's telling us not to celebrate it. It's not our church that's telling us not to celebrate anything or whatever have you. It's like research that we've done for ourselves, and we feel like, okay, well, what's really the benefit, of celebrating whatever it is? Like Halloween, we would always say, well, we don't want her eating all this candy, for example, so it's like, we don't want to teach her like to go get candy, so it's like, how is it going to help her? What's the benefit of her soul, in this act that we're doing? So we've done the, the research, and we've talked about it and discussed it, and that's what we've decided for our family.
We're going to be all right. The sun's going to keep shining. The world is going to keep spinning. So thank you for rocking with us on this live stream. We told y'all, what's Liv pointing at? She's pointing down or something. I'm not quite sure. But we told y'all on this live stream, in our previous live stream, that we are committed to bringing you guys a lot of value, more content. You've asked for it. We've thought about a lot of ideas, and we, sometimes you kind of get in your own way if you can't present it in a big production and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, we still like doing productions. We like being creative. But sometimes, go ahead. I was just going to say with our films, our travel films, and you could just tell some of our videos, they have that film format to it. That's intentional. That's the way we want to deliver that message or that content. But content like this, where all we have is our iPhone and a tripod and a good mic, and we're live streaming on Instagram. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, by the way. That's right. We just we're not gonna make no excuses. That's right. Most definitely, because we're such a busy family. We are. And it's like sometimes once Babe gets home from work, we say we're gonna do X, Y, Z, and he's tired. We tired from moving and being busy all day, and so we, it's just like, let's just go ahead and do it. And it's more authentic anyway, because we're not have to set anything up or all that, and it's just good. I love it. And we save money in the same time. That's true. There's a lot of stuff that I see other YouTubers buy, and I'd be like, ooh, man, I wish we could get that kind of camera, that kind of lighting. And I say, you know what? And she tells me all the time, let's work with what we got, and when we have the ability to do, to upgrade in the future, we will. Then we will. But we believe content is the most important anyway. So that's it. Yes. So just lastly, tell us your thoughts about Independence Day, 4th of July. Do you celebrate it? Do you not celebrate it? How do you feel as it relates to what we were saying? Gracefully, please. We don't want to have no little back and forth and all that. We don't want to fight with you. Yeah, exactly. But just just how do you feel? What are your thoughts and things of that nature? We would love to know how you guys feel about it. Yeah. That's it. Liv, do you have any closing remarks you want to let the people know? You have to click these two buttons. Look right there. There's the big button up there. And you have to subscribe to our videos. And peace. Peace. And I like that. This is Marvin, Amber, and Liberty. And we're with the family. Bye. Bye. Peace.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn this camera around and I'm gonna turn it off.
Yes,
User.
sir.
Oh, little Pepper saying peace also.